What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're not doing a reaction because it's my day off on a Wednesday. At least this season it's my day off. I doubt I'll be so lucky to get a day off next season, judging by the amount of sequels that are coming. But this one's a quick video to talk about some things moving forward, because we are fast approaching the end of the full 2020 season and the first of the 2021 seasons, with winter coming up. And I want to change a little bit of the way I do things. So the actual channel itself is not changing that much. I'm still doing the exact same amount of reactions I normally would do. I'm still doing the same series I would do, essentially. At the start of the season, nothing's changing on that front. It's the side of the channel that happens externally from YouTube, because YouTube's great in certain contexts. It is the primary video watching website in the world, full stop. I know maybe over in Asia they have some more competitions with things like Nico. What was it? Is it called Nico? Or is it just called Nico Video? I don't even know anymore. But then you've got also things like Bilibili. So, yeah, but in the West, it's YouTube, and that's the only place you can do it. Unfortunately, that means stuff like anime reactions. If you're not doing timer formats, you run a very heavy risk of being completely shut down, depending on which anime studio decides to go after you. Cygames being one of the more notorious ones, and any company that uses Molbeat, essentially, is notorious for it as well. So that's why I've been doing timer formats ever since I came back in May, and that's been good. You guys have been enjoying that, and have been appreciative of that fact. However, I do want to offer an extra level for picture-in-picture style reactions, because it's something I would like to do, and would be helpful for those of you who have single monitor setups, for example, watching on a laptop or something like that. But at the same time, to do so requires a lot of extra editing, because I have to take the original video that I record as a timer format, I then have to edit that into a picture-in-picture format, which means double the amount of editing time, well, longer editing time, since it takes me longer to edit that than it would a normal episode, I would imagine. But even that's only like a minute or two, relatively speaking. I'm a pretty quick editor, and I don't have the most extensive editing requirements for my videos, as long as it starts and ends roughly in the right thing, and I've got the little things down. It'll be down in this corner over here, the thing that slides in and such. That's the only editing I do, and that takes like a minute at most to do. But I do have to render it as well, so that's going to be another 15 odd minutes of rendering. Hopefully I'll have a new computer relatively soon, so the rendering time won't be so bad, because I'm still running an old Intel 4th gen. It's an i7 something 100K. I forget what it is. But it's a very old chip now. So when I upgrade, hopefully that will speed things up a little bit. We also have to upload that video, and that we'll also need to find somewhere to upload it. We are going to be going with Pixel Drain, which I have seen another reactor of that I follow, Tiabu. He has used Pixel Drain quite a lot, and I've had a very pleasant time watching Pixel Drain picture-in-picture videos, so I'm going to probably stick with that as my option. But that's a lot of time investment, and you guys know how busy my schedule is, so I can't offer that for free and just say, here you go, here's a picture-in-picture version in the description. I can't do that. So that's where Patreon comes into it, and it's completely optional. You don't have to support me. I really understand people that don't and just watch the video and watch timer formats. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if some people try and find a way around it to get the links without having to subscribe. I would not blame you guys for that, but this is there to help the cost, because video hosting that's not on YouTube costs money. Even on Pixel Drain. There is a free tier on Pixel Drain, but it would have adverts, and I don't want that. So I'm going to be subscribing to the tiers that allow me to post videos without adverts for you guys, and also keep them up for longer periods of time, because Pixel Drain's whole thing is that the files expire after a certain time of not being viewed. So I want to extend that time as much as possible to avoid the amount of times I'd have to redo links or check on them myself to make sure they don't get deleted, etc. So that's where that comes into, and that will be the most basic tier that I offer, which is £4 a month, which is just over $5 a month, and then you add VAT and such on that. So hopefully that's priced reasonably well. I'm not afraid to bring that down a little bit to help out if need be. Lowest I would probably go is £3 a month, but I think £4 a month is enough value considering how many videos I put out. Like, I'm going to be putting out close to 18, anywhere between 15 and 20 videos a week, and I think you essentially get 80 videos a month for £4. I think that's personally a good deal. But to add some extra incentive, just for those of you who want to have that little extra or want to support me a little more and have some bonuses, I do have extra tiers. So we have the Assistant Director tier. Basic tier is called Side Character because you're a side character. Assistant Director, you're going to get not only the picture-in-pictures, but on any reaction series that you choose. So if there's a particular show you enjoy, I'm going to edit a little image together at the beginning of each video to thank you for your Patreon support and help spread the word of Patreon, etc. And that will be on every video in that reaction series. And then in 3 months' time, when you get the new season, if you want to choose a new season to do that, you're more than welcome to, and I will continue to do that as time goes on. I've priced that one at £10 a month, just to bump it up a little bit. All these also come with Discord associated roles. So far, I have not got an assistant director role, just because I haven't had time to set that one up. But I do have side character, and I do have the top tier, which I don't expect many of you to do, and I actually limit to only 3 people can ever have it, and that is the producer role, where for £20 a month and VAT, you will be able to get, every season, you can request a show for me to watch. I don't do show requests normally, I stick to seasonals, just because it's easier to do. But I do want to open that up to take requests, and I want that to be an option for my most dedicated followers and ones that want to support me in doing so, because I already have a busy workload, and adding another show onto that is always iffy, so I want to make that an exclusive thing, so yes, you can request a show and support me at the same time. That's my thinking behind that one. And that will also have its own separate role, obviously, on the Discord, so you will be recognized on that as well. And then you get that every season. So if you keep up with that tier, which I realize is a lot of money, so I would not forgive you if you do it for the 1 month and then just back down or just not do it again. Totally understandable. Money is tight. I understand. But where was I going with that? Yes, you'll get a pre-roll shout out on that series as well. Because you were the one who suggested it, so you'll be I will say this person suggested it. I'm only allowing 3 of them per season, because I think adding any more than 3 shows extra to a season will probably kill me if I had to keep up with that amount of shows. So that's why I've done it like that. And like I said, 3 months' time, if you're still part of it, you can request another show that season. So if there's a show you've been dying for me to watch, please let me know. I know Qmog, long-time follower of the channel, I know has been requesting a show, what was it called? Was it Run With the Wind? I think it was called Run With the Wind. I know I've also had Grand Blue suggested at some point, and I would like to get to those shows. It's just, again, I'm so busy with seasonals that this is the way I'm going to do it moving forward. I totally understand. If you don't think it's worth the money, I don't blame you. So I'm leaving it up to you, and this is just a totally optional side of the channel that, if doesn't get utilized, that's fine. I will promote it every now and then to let people know. I realize I'm still a very small channel, so the amount of people who would be looking to use something like this are minimal, but I'm just throwing it out there as an option. That's basically been my thinking. Now, if you go look on my Patreon right now, chances are there's nothing on there, because I have not got around to it. That's what tonight is going to be. I'm going to be spending most of tonight just running through and editing a bunch of shows ready to put on there, because this is going to kick in from the winter 2021 season. So the first shows that kick off in January, this will be the norm. You'll get the normal reaction that gets uploaded onto YouTube, and then you'll have the secondary one that goes onto Patreon, with a link in the description of that one linking to Patreon. And if you remember, you can see the link to Pixel Drain and therefore watch the video. That's the way it's going to work. However, there are 3 shows that I will be backdating tonight, and hopefully getting as many of them up as possible, and I'll be doing them every Wednesday just until I get caught up. That will be, because they are 24 episode shows and will be continuing on into winter 2021, I want to have them go at the same time, so I'm doing all my videos in that season picture-in-picture, and I'm not leaving some out for some weird reason. So those are Higurashi, obviously. We are currently going through that hyper interesting show. I'm so excited to watch next week's episode. I say next week, this week's episode technically. So Higurashi is number 1. We then have Jujutsu Kaisen, which will again be continuing on into Winter 21. And although it's not continuing in winter, but will be continuing in spring, Moriarty the Patriot. I will be putting that one up as well. It's a split core show, but I want to have the first part of it also as picture-in-picture as an extra incentive for when I finally watched part 2 in April. I think that one kicks off, somewhere around there. Yes, because it starts in January, April. Yeah, you get my idea. So those shows will be going up over time. By the time this video is up live, hopefully some of those videos might be up. We will see. So if you fancy rewatching the Higurashi Jujutsu Kaisen or Moriarty the Patriot videos in preparation for the upcoming weeks, or if you just want to start out with those shows if you've never tried them before, here is a picture-in-picture version to help you get started. That's the plan, and then once I'm caught up with those, I will then be putting them regularly forward as part of my Patreon. So every new episode of Higurashi, every new episode of Moriarty and Jujutsu Kaisen will have picture-in-picture versions available. And that's basically all I wanted to discuss. I realize this went on a bit more rambly than I expected. Maybe in the description I'll just put a brief bullet points of what this video was for those of you who don't want to watch the entirety of it, which I understand. But these channel updates actually do rather well, comparatively, and I appreciate everyone that sticks around to watch these little ramblings of mine as I talk through the process of the channel and such. But yeah, thank you to everyone who's been supportive over the channel for the past year now, because it's basically been a year since I uploaded the first one. I should also mention, now that I remember, movie reactions. Movie reactions will also be part of this, so when I watch a movie, it won't be on YouTube, it will be on Patreon. Or if I do it, well, I'm going to leave that one up for debate, because a picture-in-picture version of the movie will definitely be on Patreon. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to handle YouTube versions of it, because I'm a little iffy on that, especially when it comes to movies, because movies always have a little extra caveat because of Blu-ray and DVD sales that ultimately end up becoming a bit more of a mess of copyright, so I'm hesitant to do any of that sort of stuff on YouTube now. I will let you know, but they will include backdated movies like Russell Does Not Dream of a Dreaming Girl. I think the Violet Evergarden movie, was the Konosuba movie on the old channel, or was it on this one? I'd have to go through my list of movies. I know Hakubo was on this one, I think, maybe. But I will go through those, and I'll let you all know on the Discord as well. Come join the Discord. It's the easiest place for me to spread information like this, rather than doing a whole dedicated video like this that not everyone's necessarily going to watch. But if you're on the Discord, I know you want to see updates and notifications on videos, projects, etc. So yeah, that's basically all I wanted to get through today. Some other news for those of you who care. I'm making a lot of purchases now for my new computer. I have my new RAM modules coming. I have picked out a case. I have picked out I obviously knew what CPU I was going with, obviously the new Ryzen 5600X, but good luck trying to buy one anywhere right now. It might not be till January before I get that option. I picked out the motherboard that will go with it, B550M. I think I'm going MSI. And just getting a 750-watt power supply to go with it, and then taking all the internals of that one out and using some of them, storage drives and GPU and such, so I don't have to rebuy those. But that's all coming. I'm getting a new tripod for the camera mount, because right now it's mounted on the table, and if I accidentally nudge the table, you wobble, which I'm not a fan of, so I'm hoping to get a tripod that will go pretty much just behind where the camera is now, and I can mount it like that. It would also be very useful for unboxing videos, because I have my next anime figure coming in the form of Senku from Dr. Stone. That should be here somewhere mid-December. I will keep you guys posted on that one. But it starts shipping from the 8th of December, and last time it took about a week to reach here, so I'm working off that similar sort of timeline. That tripod will also be very helpful, because I do have a second camera I can use to unbox it over on my desk there, chest of drawers, and provide a bit of a better quality than my first one with Kotoko. But I learned some things from Kotoko, including to remember that there are additional pieces that come with it, such as her K. I'm an idiot. So, yeah. I think that covers just about everything I wanted to cover today in my little update. I don't think there was anything else I wanted to mention, so yeah. I hope you're looking forward to whatever that means. I'm not particularly looking forward to the extra editing I've got to do and time spent rendering and uploading, but to be honest, the rendering and uploading time gives me a chance to take a break from computer, so I can just set it to render and go do something else. When I'm uploading, I can just sleep. Like, I can just set them to upload and go to sleep, so that's not too big of a deal. So hopefully I should be able to keep up. If it becomes an issue, I will let you guys know, and I will adjust some things accordingly. But if you do make a pledge on Patreon, I will 100% honor it. That comes as my main priority. I will edit normal content before I edit anything that's associated with Patreon. So just know that if you are making a request, or if you want your name on anything, and you want picture-in-picture versions of the shows, those will always be the priority and will always be delivered exactly when they are supposed to. And I will be keeping track of that very vigorously. So just an extra reassurance for that. But anyway, I've rambled on long enough, and you guys have been amazing. So, yeah. Hopefully we can hit 500 subscribers by the end of the month. That's what I would like to say as well. We're very, very close. I think we can do it, especially with some great season finales on the horizon and some great new shows coming as well. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this mess of an update. And until next time, see you guys later.